Hi guys, my name is Emma and let's talk spooky stuff. So today I want to tell you guys what I thought of the Rosemary's Baby TV miniseries. So let's get into it. So what makes a good remake? In my eyes, a good remake can be one of either two things. One being an interesting interpretation of an original idea, or a way to rewatch a story you love reinvented in a clever or modern way. I completely understand and agree with if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But if you love a story so much, and I'm talking about the story, not the film, just the story and the characters and the plot lines, it's kind of interesting to see that interpreted in different ways. So in saying that, what did I think of Rosemary's Baby? I really enjoyed it. I am a huge fan of the original movie. It is one of my favorites and my favorites to rewatch. And one of my favorite all-time horror quotes is, "All of them witches." So I really do hold a fond part in my horror heart for Rosemary's Baby. So things I really liked about this series is the setup. I really liked that there was only 2 episodes. The first one set up the whole structure and idea, and the second one was everything unraveling and the payoff. Another thing I really liked was the fact they did it as a mini-series. This way they had a lot more time to go into detail with the characters and you really got to know them and feel for them a little bit more, so when crazy stuff was happening you could totally put yourself in their position and know how they were feeling and why they were feeling that way. I really liked the main actress and I thought she was perfect for the role, and I think the fact that it was set in Paris was really cool as well. So even though it was modern, it was still done in a nice classic style, and they had the nice antique furniture and decor, and it really fit well with the theme. Even though it was modern, it really ties into the original. So I definitely think because it was a little bit longer, it went into a lot more detail about the characters, as I said before, but it also was a lot more gruesome. I think it had more time to play into that. There's also a lot of sex scenes in this. I don't know if that's in my good or bad list, but definitely a bit racy. There's only a couple of things that I really didn't like about this series, one being the cop. I didn't have anything against him, but there's a scene where he's in the car, minor spoiler alert, and he has this kind of fit, and I don't really like the effects they use. They didn't seem very witchy to me. And second being how many times they visited the hospital. It seemed like they were using it kind of like a leverage for a cliffhanger. So they went to the hospital because someone got burnt, someone fainted, and someone got shot. And they would always end up in this same scene in this hospital, and I guarantee you they shot all 3 of those scenes on the same day in the same set. It just made it seem a little bit cheap. In a mini-series that has 2 episodes, they ended up in the hospital 3 times. It just seemed crazy. So I'm not sure how this series would be received by somebody who hasn't seen the original film. I liked watching the original film and obviously seeing this afterwards because it really made me appreciate the original, and I think it just pays respects and a tribute almost to the original film and the idea of the story. It'd be interesting to know what anyone thought who has not seen the film and watched the TV series. Overall, I encourage you guys to go and watch it for yourself and make up your own mind. My personal score is 7 out of 10. My scare score would be 3, wasn't that scary. My originality score would have to be 3. It wasn't really original since it was a remake. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you're having a great day, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Stay spooky. Bye. I actually went and spoke to several different groups on Facebook and asked people what they thought the most overrated horror movies were, and the answers are really surprising.